Honor citation, so what I was saying was when I'm at work, I feel like I'm in prison a little bit. What I mean by that is you can't say what you want to say at work. So I'm a so-called supervisor in my job, right? And I know how you're supposed to speak to a person to get results out of that person, because I'm a supervisor to some degree here in this camp. So I understand how you have to talk to people to get results out of them. And on top of that, I'm a father. So I understand what it takes to speak to somebody to get the results that you need, to get what you're looking for, right? And when you're at work, you can't say certain things, you can't do certain things, because then the human resources department gets involved, right? So when I'm here, it's my opportunity to speak freely, one, but then two, if I don't speak to you the way I think that needs to be, or if I don't say the things that need to be said, or at least the things I think need to be said in that moment, then I'm not serving you right. The scriptures say that we're supposed to be ministers, right? And being a minister, sometimes it don't feel good. But I'm gonna say what I want to say. I'm gonna say what's on my heart to say. And if I'm wrong, then I'll be wrong. Then I'll have to take that up with the Heavenly Father someday. But I'm gonna say what's on my heart to say. I can't mince words with people that I care about, with people that I think are men. I'm not gonna mince words. And that's just the way we have to be with each other. You have to be that way, not just here, but with brothers all across the country and with brothers all across the world. The one thing that's gonna make, the one thing that's gonna make the kingdom of heaven work is the cohesiveness. And the only way you can be cohesive is if you're direct and you're honest. There's nothing lingering. There's nothing that you have in your back pocket. The scriptures speak about backbiting, right? When you present yourself one way in front of the brother, but then when you go and you're talking with somebody else, we can't do that to each other. So that's why I speak the way I speak. And that's why I say the things that I say and the way that I say them, so that I don't have nothing left in my pockets. I want to be able to turn my pockets inside out and there's nothing left in there after I'm done.
I got a precept for you,
Go ahead, bro.
Leviticus 19 and 18. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
Right. So what's going to cause that cohesiveness? What's going to cause the nation of Israel to be solid on all fronts is our candidness with each other, our candor with each other, the way we treat each other. Right. The reason why you had Esau able to infiltrate us in the different ways that he has. You get a wicked priest like Jason. You get a wicked priest like that. He's a dickhead. He doesn't have his people's best interests at heart, right? So he'll mix words with you. Oh, hold it down. But then when the Greeks come, you giving them the money from the church. You know, so we can't be cohesive in that way. If the so-called leaders of our body are not teaching us how to talk to each other, view each other. You know, go ahead. What's up?
1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 19.
Yeah.
For though I be free from all men, yet have I made myself servant unto all, that I may gain the more.
That's it.
And unto the Jews I became as the Jew.
Right. To the Jews I became like the Jews. So in another place Paul says this, I become all things to all men. Right? Here he says, unto the Jews like the Jew. Keep going.
Unto the Jews I became as a Jew, that I may gain the Jews. To them that are under the law, as under the law.
Right. So those who are staunch in the law, he spoke to them in that manner. Right? Keep going.
That I may gain them that are under the law. To them that are without law, as without law. Being not without the law.
Right. So those who are without law, or the scriptures say the barbarians, right? So he became like that to gain those men. Right? Keep going.
But under the law of Yahweh, that I may gain them that are without the law.
That's it.
To the weak I became as weak, that I may gain the weak. I made all things to all men.
There it is. I made all things to all men. Right? This man right here, and I said this to him before many times. We were on the phone. We was actually right behind each other. We were speaking to each other. There was a guy on the side of the road with a flat donut, right? So those of you who drive cars, you know that donut is a spare tire. That should never go flat. The donut is designed to get you from where you are when you put it on to where you're going to get your regular tire fixed. That ain't meant to be driving on for weeks on end. So we was talking about something, but it's the Spirit had showed us that man was on the side of the road and kind of linked with what we were talking about. And we laughed about it, but I told him, I said, bro, if it wasn't for this man right here, I'd be the same nigga. I'd be the same nigga on the side of the road because I was riding on the donut. It should be all right. On the highway, on the highway, putting it in fifth gear.
Putting it down.
Yeah, just taking off on the donut. The rubber just chewing away on the donut. I'd have been that kind of guy if it wasn't for this man. But it wasn't something that happened overnight. And it wasn't because he minced his words with me. He was strict with me. And I never really had nothing like that before in my life. I was my only child, spoiled kid, mama's boy. Right? So I never had nothing like that in my life. So when it came to negotiating a car deal, when it came to if something's broken on your vehicle and you need to get it fixed, want to get that done. Yeah, when you're taking care of your wife, like here my wife is asking me to take her car to get oil to it. That's my thing. I don't need my car, but it is my car because that's my wife. That's my wife, right? And I learned that from being around a hardcore guy, right? And he's not hardcore like oh, fuck you. No, he's not that, but he's man enough to tell you what you need to hear. And he'll tell you, he said, look. You're a grown man. You're gonna do what you want to do, but here's how I would do it, and explain it to you. And sometimes we even get his hands dirty with you to do a thing, but you need that. It's necessary. Go ahead, bro.
Matthew 5 and 23.
Yep.
Therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar, and there rememberest that thy brother hath ought against thee, leave there thy gift before the altar, and go thy way.
Right.
First be reconciled to thy brother,
That's
and
it.
then come and offer thy
Yeah,
gift.
yeah. You can't be a person who you trying to sacrifice him to the Lord.
Right.
But you didn't make it right with the man that's standing next to you every day. You gotta make it right with him.
And if I may add on,
Absolutely.
what really touched me about that scripture is that you basically you can't hide nothing from the Lord. You can hide it from your brother, but you can't hide it from the Lord.
What?
So when you go into the altar, the Lord knows and understands if you still holding that whatever you have against your brother, right? And that is, to me, that is powerful because that is in the crux of things is what's going to make the kingdom of Israel so great and powerful.
Yep.
Because all the other kingdoms that have come before have not had that tool of where the brotherhood is so strong. And this is why the Lord Yahweh Shai even washed the disciples' feet.
Yeah.
And this is what I love the most about this truth is the fact that I know when a brother talks to me, I know it's the absolute 100% truth.
Yeah.
Likewise, me, so it doesn't matter how much it hurts me, right? And I may feel like, oh, I might want to lie because I feel embarrassed about saying
100%.
something. I'm still gonna say it, and
Great
that is
point.
powerful.
Great point.
That is powerful.
In kingdoms, in other kingdoms, when they had rulership, their concern was their rulership.
Right.
It wasn't the rulership of their nation. But what did the Lord Yahweh Shai harp on? He harped on being ruler with his friends. He said, you're my friends. So he said it ain't no fun if the homies can't have me. I'm gonna be ruler if my friends can't be ruler. So that's what makes the kingdom of heaven special and different from every other kingdom that's ever been on the earth. When Sheba came, the Queen of Sheba, when she came to Israel, she looked at the servants and saw them that they were decked out. She's like, surely this is King Solomon right here. Because in her mind, I would, as a ruler, would never adorn a servant like this. Right. And that's what's going to make us so different and so special. The way we treat each other.
Let me get this real quick.
Yep.
James 5 and 16.
Yep.
Confess your faults one to another, and pray one for another, that ye may be healed. The effectual fervent prayers of a righteous man availeth much.
Right.
Now, when you confess your faults one to another, you're confiding in a man. You trust that man. Likewise, that man is going to trust in you like the one who's speaking. We speak, for righteousness' sake. We speak for truth's sake. And being a part of this thing of ours, we can't trust anybody outside of our circle. So if a brother's gonna come and say, "Look, brother, You best believe you're going to get great sound advice, but at the same time, you're going to know that you've told that man, you're going to stand with that man. You see? So we may get on, brothers may get on, brothers, here and there and everywhere, but at the same time, it's all through the spirit of love that we have for the brotherhood. Go ahead.
Proverbs 11 and verse 14. Where no counsel is, the people fall.
That's
But
it.
in the multitude
That's
of
it.
counselors,
That's it.
there is safety.
So you might say something that somebody doesn't like. You might say it. So there's two things you can do. You can say, okay, I'm saying this. What is it about what I'm saying? This guy keeps saying this, or you can continue to do the same thing. And continue to have the same result. Right? But there has to something like that real quick.
In the multitude of counselors, when there's a debate going on, and many of your brothers are saying the same thing, that's a multitude of counselors. So don't let your pride, don't let pride get the best of you when a matter is at hand. Listen. Like I always say, you have John 3:16. So God so loved the world, right? In the world, in the eyes of the people of the world, that one scripture trumps the whole Bible. It trumps everything else that the Lord's put forth in the scriptures. You see? So you got one against many. The scriptures say, where two or three are gathered together in my name, there I am in the midst. You got it?
No, actually, yeah. Excuse me, wait.
Good.
This is Matthew 18, I'll start at verse 15. It says, moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. If he shall hear thee, thou shalt gain thy brother. And if he will not hear thee, then take with thee one or two more, that in the mouth of two or three witnesses, every word may be established.
Right, and that's the order we fall under, man. And there's no, you can't question it, you can't sidestep that. And as a brother read earlier, not confess nonsense. Just slipped my mind. Brother read earlier concerning just slipped my mind. The altar, concerning the altar. When you confess, the faults to your brother, or when you're speaking to a brother, make amends with your brother first before you go anywhere else. And you're gonna feel better, man. At the end of the day, your spirit's gonna be lifted up because you're gonna know, all right, me and that brother's good, man. I mean, I got it off my chest, to hold something in and to bite. We used to have a nigga in the camp, nigga talking about, what was that word you said? Fester. I'm gonna let shit fester. This very man said he didn't let shit fester. It was the same man that went across from state to state talking about these guys over here ain't men of the Lord. What do you mean you don't let shit fester? You sitting there, biting your tongue about, you don't let shit fester, but when you get across the country and other men talk to you.
Years later.
Right, yeah, years later, now you all of a sudden, once again, man,
now
be a man.
Found.
The Lord said, show yourselves men. You got a problem with a brother, pull that brother aside, man. Straight up. Go ahead.
Ephesians 4 and 25.
Brothers and God speak, man.
27. Wherefore, putting away lying, speaking every man truth.
Even break it down, brother. Break it down.
For we are members of one another.
Right.
Be ye angry and sin not.
That's right.
Let not the sun go down upon your wrath, neither give place to the devil.
Yep, break it down, brother.
To be honest with your brother, you have a disagreement or an argument or whatever.
Yep.
Before the sun go down, you want to make sure everything's right. That's your brother. You keep love with your brother, and keep that truth. That's how you gain a brother.
Yep.
If you let things fester, that's when you let the devil and these demons fester, seep in, and then you start having ill wills to a brother.
Yep.
So always let things, settle things before the sun goes down.
Really, the same nigga we was talking about, demon jumped on that nigga. He called me talking about, we gotta watch all that months. Because the brother yawned one day. The brother worked the night shift, the overnight shift, came to camp talking about, oh, I'm tired. This nigga called me up. You better watch all that monsters. He's talking about, he's tired. What are you talking about, man? I said, what the problem? Are you calling me? You call him. Tell him you worried about him being tired. But that was that shit. But that was that leaven that tried to, spread that leaven throughout the whole camp, man.
2 Corinthians 13 and 5, it says, examine yourselves whether you be in the faith.
Right.
Prove your own self. Know ye not your own self, how that Yahweh HaMashiach is in you.
You know what?
You reprobate.
You know what? I'll take my hat off to a man who decides that he gonna leave the camp and leaves in peace, doesn't come back talking shit, because with the spirit he realized this wasn't for him. You know, we ain't gonna sit there and make a video on a man that said, yo, brother, this ain't me. Or brother, just bows out gracefully, you know? But if you come up talking shit, that just goes and shows you that you was never brother from the jump, man. And some of these men that left, didn't say Pete was left, maybe the Lord might have mercy on them. Who knows? But while we're here, the men that we face every week, week in, week out, we look at you brothers as soldiers being on the front line, man. The Lord put you on that front line for a reason. See? So we gotta come out here and once again push this word, iron, scripture say, iron sharpens iron. We can always be edified by any and every brother. Whether you've been in the truth for 2 minutes, or because sometimes certain things are said that, that shit, kind of puts a thought in your mind like, that was powerful what that man just said. He may just been around for a week. Sometimes certain things pop into your mind that somebody says that kind of resonates in the spirit, and then you kind of make sense of it.
It's Revelation chapter 3, we'll start verse 19 and 20. It says, as many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. Be zealous therefore, repent. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him and he with me. So the Lord is saying this, he just as much as he loves you, he's gonna chasten you, he's gonna rebuke you. So the Lord is watching you, so that way you don't take part of that great judgment that is coming. So the Lord is doing things for you, man. But the Lord is put you in a situation. He put you in a situation for a purpose, man. Is to build you up, to strengthen you, so that way you'll be able to face whatever the type of tribulation that's coming your way. So the Lord put you in that situation to make you strong, because He loves you. That's what love does. When you love someone, you're gonna punish that person. It's like you have a little kid. Every time kids do something bad, what you rebuke your kid. By punishing them. You ground them, you beat them, so that way they don't do it again. So that's what the Lord is doing to people right now. He's rebuking them in many ways, man. In many ways, the Lord is rebuking His people, so that way they will not take that part of that great judgment. And He said that He'll always be there and ready to open the door to anyone that will come in. So right now, we all living in that great spirit with the Lord. He still has His arms open to allow you to come in and to be a part of it. So He's giving you that chance right now. Because the time that we're in right now, that time is already running out. So this is it, man. We're in that final hour. So right now, we're still calling out to you, brother, And the time that we're living in right now is not the time to be having what's what I'm looking for. It's not time to be battling each other, trying to be over one of each other. Battling, yeah? Holy punches. Gotcha.
Go ahead, brother.
So with this letter, verse 22, verse 21. For if we would judge ourselves, we should not be judged. But when we are judged, we are testament of the Lord that we should not bear with the world. Wherefore, my brethren, we come together to eat. Sorry, with the brother. The key point is 22, right?
Yeah, break it down,
right now. Because the way the Lord gave out our because our son. It says he Yahweh pretty much just the house and his son, because it was a pleasure. The same thing the Lord doing to us as believers. God really do it. So the Lord is chatting with us, saying, pray to us, allow us to go to church, nation, come. Condemn the world. We don't go this something that people are going to go to, because as we host this, people are going to be running around. Training, going to situation and build up. Judges 5 and 11. They that are delivered from the noise of archers in the place of drawn water. There shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of his villages in Israel.
Here we are right now in that place of drawing water. This is where we served our slavery over there, fortunately. You know? And now we're rehearsing the righteous acts. We're doing everything we possibly can to the spirit of Yahweh God to stay on course with the Lord, man. You know? And when you come into this thing, you gotta sacrifice yourself. You become a living sacrifice, man. You know? And everything that you learn and you come to know of the world, you gotta let that shit go. And here we are coming out on the highways and byways. People that up, no, I mean, listen, me personally, you know, when we first started coming out, I was like, damn, you know, give up my, you know, we used to come out on Saturday. Damn, give up on Saturday. And that kind of seemed hard at first. I was like, wow, Saturday we would literally get all hair done up and hair cut and go clean the car.
You live in the car, you spend all day waxing.
Man. Clean the car on, clean that baby up, get the air fresheners, you know, just pull up to the club to get out. And shit. Right, sit in the mirror like this. Shit is alright. We gave all that shit up, man. But it became a labor of love
100%.
once all that worldly shit was flushed out, man.
Yeah.
Couldn't think about being anywhere else.
Yep.
But out here doing the work, man. And it was a beautiful thing because at that moment it was like the Lord opened up so many doors at that point, spiritually. You know? And it was all hands on deck after that, man. You know, so we out here practicing righteous acts. And Lord willing, He finds our works worthy to be delivered, man. Even though the scriptures say our righteousness are as filthy rags, you know, we're still out here pushing, man. We don't care about, you know, looking, you know, trying to find the best looking woman and trying to do the great things of the week. We don't care about that shit, man. You know, brothers catch flack on every fucking level from your family. Because you don't want to celebrate this, you don't want to do that, you don't want to be a part of this. You know, everybody's looking at you all with the screwball eye and, you know, fuck it. You know? Go ahead, real quick.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 39. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loses his life for my name's sake shall find it.
You know, in all these celebrities who are now catching hell, don't you know the Lord? Matter of fact, give me Job chapter 1. I think it's like the last 2 verses. Job made a very profound statement. Job chapter 1. Go ahead, read that.
Job 1:21. And he said, naked came I out of my mother's womb, right?
Yep.
And naked shall I return hither.
Go ahead.
The Lord gave, the Lord Yahweh taketh away.
That's the point. The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. You see? So all you people out there, you celebrities, you fail to realize you're in that position because the Lord put you in that position. And you're losing these positions because the Lord is taking them shits away from you. You see? So you thought you found your life here in Babylon, and now you've lost everything. And now you're scratching your head trying to debate whether or not you should apologize or, you know, if you can just come back. I remember, now I'm not a basketball guy, but I remember it was an Iverson.
Practice.
I don't know what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
Practice.
He had been out of the league for a while.
Right.
And so, you know, he spent a stint over in China.
Right.
When he came back, Philly kind of, as an honorary team member, brought him back, and he went and kissed the floor.
Right. You went back and kissed the goddamn floor. What is your manhood, man? If they brought you back to play ball, then go play ball. He came out in the middle of the court and bowed down and kissed the floor and all this other bullshit. You lose these things because the Lord strips you of them. Alright? Don't think you gain all the whole world under your own power. The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. So anybody that's experienced, any of you celebrities and rappers and whoever, you feel yourself getting ousted, the Lord is stripping you down from that. And rightfully so. Alright, let's roll.
Philippians 3, verse 6. Concerning zeal, persecuting the church, touching the righteousness which is in the law, blameless. For what things were gained to me, those I counted lost for Hamashiach. Yet doubtless, and I count all things was lost my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung, that I may win Hamashiach.
That's it. You suffer all things for the love of Yahweh Shai, man. When we come in this thing for the love of Yahweh Shai, we lost a lot of shit, man. When I came in, I'll tell you, brother, when I came in, I had a wife, yeah, all that shit was gone. You know, this bitch told me straight didn't want to go back and try to reconcile with her, but I wanted to know what I do to you. I said, fuck, I'm going to Ken. Gave the Ken, man, and let that shit just ride out the back door, man. That was it. Never look back, man. You know? So you're going to be faced with all types, when you come into this truth, man, you're going to be faced with all kinds of hardships, all kinds of stress, man. And that's going to test and determine what type of man of the Lord you are, man. You can buckle down and hold fast and y'all watch y'all shine. All those things, that was a test. I believe that was a test to go through. Because a man can do anything. A man can lose anything. When it comes to losing his woman,
Oh yeah.
and that man will lose his mind.
Oh, yeah.
He got to go back and find out where she is, who she's dealing with, if she got another nigga in the house. And that what drives a lot of men from the truth, man.
Jumping up in the air to
Go
sit
ahead,
around
brother.
the air conditioner.
Peeking up, walking 35 miles, get to the house, check in the window.
Looking through that goddamn air conditioner, see the fuck is in there.
But once again, the scriptures speak about jealousy is the rage of a man. Jealousy is the rage of a man. If you lose your woman step out on you, and you don't know why, and you trying to figure out what's going on, and you got a hunch something going on, you gonna go find out. You're gonna get in the car, you're gonna drive down there, drive by the house, probably peeking in the ghost, knocking on the door, talk to her mama, hey, see Geraldine?
Geraldine.
You go look around, the mama gonna be standing at the door. Mother know you out of here. You gonna be looking around, mama. You know, but that's how it works, though. That's how it works. You know, you gonna sit there and talk and shit. Yeah, you know, I was at work today. You know, I was thinking about it. I was like, all right, baby, you got to go now. Yeah, I want to better myself.
She did have a point. She did have a point.
Yeah, but once again, jealousy is the rage of a man. Just ask O.J. Simpson. His story can tell a confessor, man. You know? Well, let's roll on. Go ahead.
James 1:12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him.
Right. When you come up against the hardship, man, you just gotta pray to the Lord and be patient. Pray to the Lord and know that you ain't the only brother that's going through this shit, man. Many of the brothers have gone through, and this is why when I learned from the apostles, man, I learned that being patient and gaining experience is priceless. Because when I listened to the apostles and the elders speak about certain situations, and when the shit came upon me, I reflected back on their conversation. That's what got me through, man. Reflecting back on what they said, how so many men went through the hardship with their women and so on and so forth. I was like, all right, we're going to listen to it. And that was all spiritual. That got me through to the Lord, you know? But being a man of the Lord, you know, I caution anybody. Don't think you're going to come in here and your life is going to get better, man. Your life will not get better. You know? Oh, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. You got a lot of people waking up now, but they're waking up under the wrong understanding. Being a Hebrew Israelite is very well going to get your life taken from you, man. Because scripture says they're going to come down like madmen, sparing none. And this is why it's imperative that you make reconcile with Yahweh Shriel Shai, that he can be your defender or your defense when that time comes. You know you're a Hebrew Israelite is not enough. You keep saying that. It's not enough, man. Because it's going to be a time, a crucial time in this world, in this kingdom, where your life is going to be hanging in the balance. And you're going to be asking why? Instead of praying to Yahweh Shriel Shai to get you out of that situation. All right, let me get this brother here.
Elder, this is from your comment board. 1 Peter 4:12. It says, Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happen unto you.
Right.
But rejoice in so much as ye are partakers of Mashiach's suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. And everyone that hath forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life.
Thinking not strange when these things come upon you. This is why the scripture say what? All things are written for our learning. We read the Maccabees. We read what the Apostle Paul went through. We read what all the men of the Lord had gone through during certain periods of time. So we know and understand that if Yahweh Shai was crucified and was chastened,
his servants are going to get chastised right along with him. See? So it ain't no mission. We're not going to be walking through this thing and all of a sudden be, what's going on in here? Why are they doing that to Hebrew Israel? No, we understand that time is coming. And this is what we try to relay to the masses who wake up into this truth, man. Be therefore ready, because that time is coming where the Lord's going to make do on his word. He said, my word will never go out void. And when he says them devils going to be like madmen sparing none, you best believe it ain't everybody, whether you know you're an Israelite or not. They know who you are. They got the records. So therefore, you're going to be put to death, and you're going to be facing the goddamn guillotine, and you're going to be like, why? What did I do? I paid my taxes, I've done all these things my whole life, and you're going to kill me? Why? Because you fail to understand that you are Hebrew Israelite. You were the Lord's chosen people.
I probably have real quick too, brother. It's like that lady who got pulled by the cops. They tried to get her to open the door. She sending them your house watching y'all shop. You know,
That was a grown man.
That was a man.
Sound like a lady.
Yeah, that was a dude.
That was a dude and his woman. I
Yeah.
guess she was in the car.
Yeah,
He started sounding like the woman.
So once that woman call upon the name of the Lord, but you don't believe in the name of the Lord.
Yeah.
You know? And don't think that, just because you're going to call on the Lord, you're going to come down and live you out of your situation.
Not me who said Lord, Lord, Lord.
He ain't even following no instructions either, because the scripture said agree with the adversary
Quickly.
He like, no, I ain't opening the door.
Quickly. You get pulled over. Listen, you get pulled over. Yo, how you doing, officer? Roll your window down, give me your credentials. You go back, write the ticket, you go about your business, man.
Charleston White told you how to do it.
That's what happened to them niggas here in Boston.
Yep.
On
The Moors.
The Moors.
Yeah.
So they driving down the highway, right? They driving down the highway. They thought they were under some military code where they could drive down the highway, refuel their trucks with the fuel they had, and get out and set a perimeter with all kinds of M16s and all kinds of shit. Just pull your ass up to the gas station, fuel up, and be about your business. Jake is foolish, man. Jake got no understanding. This is Esau's kingdom. Esau don't even follow his own rules for himself. What makes you think he's gonna let you abide by the rules, man? You guys gotta wake up, man. Esau ain't trying to give you no fucking inch. He ain't trying to give you a fucking half an inch, man. He's gonna nail you to the wall based on his own logics and his own laws and principles, man. You're gonna let the devil, you think the devil's gonna uphold the law for you? But he don't even uphold it for himself. That's why them niggas, they all hemmed up, trying to deny whatever, say they were all sovereign, this, that, and the third. You were just regular old niggas. You saw looking at just regular old niggas. You ain't got no rule, you ain't got no rights, this, that, and the third. And they held a couple of them dudes. They held a couple of them dudes because they wasn't giving up their name. I mean,
So this is Jeremiah 4:22. For my people is foolish. They have not known me. Their son is children. And they have none understanding. They're wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge.
and that's Jake, man. That's Jake in a nutshell. Jake's like a wild bull in the net, as past brother Ra'am would say. Wild bull in the net. Wild bull in the net. If y'all brothers remember the cameraman, you hear him back there.
2 times.
Shit like 12 times. Wild bull in the net. I don't know if you brothers remember him. Wild bull in the net. Good, brother.
So 2 Timothy 2:1, it says, thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in the house of Mashiach, and the things that thou hast heard of me among many faithful witnesses. Yeah, faithful witnesses. The same comment thou to faithful men who shall be able to teach others also.
Right, that's when we come out, man. We come out. I know we chopped up a little bit, but we're out here in the spirit of y'all got to be out shot. And we need to be able to teach others also, bring you to the Lord, and bring you back to the Lord, man. Show you the way back, by repentance first and foremost, and faith and believing, man. Because the time is short, when you're going to see all these camps are slowly going to fade out. We were talking about this earlier, talking about the Rothschild. He said he had wished the internet that had never been, invented together, But once again, the world underestimates the spirit of Yahweh Shah. There's a big what word am I looking for? There's a big misunderstanding, I should say, how the world perceives the Lord. You know, they just think the Lord has nothing to do with what we see going on. All right? The Lord has everything to do with all of this. For He is the creator of all things, man. You see? And even when we read about the scriptures, you know, in the Psalms about the internet and you ain't got to get it. When we read about these things, you can't tell an average person in the world that the Lord set this internet up for this word, for the Hebrew Israelite. You can't tell anybody that because they're not going to understand it. Right? Oh, come on, dude. All this for you got, you know, as it is written in the book of Ezra. All things were written. I mean, in the book of Romans, all things were written for our learning. Ezra says all things. What do you say? He created the world for our sakes. He created the world for our sakes. So all this was created for us, man, to put this word to the lost sheep that are scattered abroad over the four corners of the earth. Back in the ancient times, our forefathers had to go by foot, go by horse, go by mule or donkey, go by boat, okay, to get the word out to the masses. All we got to do right now, previously, we couldn't go live. It wasn't at that state of the art where going live was a thing. We had to go, we got the camera, the new tape, convert the tape, convert it over, and then upload it to the YouTube. And at that time, we was only able to go 15 minutes a shot. Yep. So you always had, I don't know if you brothers remember that, but you had like 27 clips of one day speaking, you know? But look how far advanced the Lord has brought this. And it just goes to show you the speed on which the Lord is doing things now. It was more, the Lord said He's going to come as a thief in the night, right? Time's going to be short. Things are going to speed up. By the Lord giving us the ability to go live, that speed up the process of tenfold. Where you don't have to sit down and wait for it to render, wait for it to upload. Sometimes you sit there, that bitch be an hour and 10 minutes to upload 15 minutes. Yep. You be sitting there all day, man. This brother got fired. The elder got fired from the job, back into the uploading job.
I said, I ain't never got fired for no job.
I was told, upload those videos. But once again, it was, brothers think, man, listen, man, in the Spirit of the Lord, the apostles are good, they're great teachers.
You still on?
They're great teachers, man. And the things that they've taught us has always stuck with us. And this is why here in this camp, Jim is Boston, we keep ourselves in sound order, man. We fucked up a few times, but for the 15 years we've been around, we keep ourselves in sound order because we see how our teachers carried themselves. And we carried ourselves like that. And for brothers who are coming in, you're going to carry yourselves in that same manner, man. Keeping that body sound. See? Go ahead.
Oh, I didn't have
Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them.
Right. No, in these times that we're living in, the world is waking up, man. I was watching a video when Jake was, well, I'll say that. The evil times that have come upon the earth are inevitable. They're inevitable, right? We preach these things, and we've been teaching these things since the new wave of brothers came in the past 15 years. We teach it on a daily basis, man. It's always being said. So much so that people get tired of hearing the same thing. And when you teach the same thing over and over, and you say the same thing over and over, people are going to be disinterested. Oh, that nigga said that shit last week. Oh, he said that 2 weeks ago. They come back a month later and say, y'all said the same thing a month ago or a year ago. Right. But once again, if you truly believe and you have faith, you're going to take heed to the words that are being spoken. Because when the time of Noah, when Noah was on the scene, he preached that word for over 100 years, that the skies is going to open up. And I'm pretty sure people felt the very same way. That's just Noah acting crazy over there. They said, no, come down here. Look what
sides of that monkey. They just don't like you doing that. Because they didn't believe. Right? So the very same thing is happening right now. People don't believe our report. People don't believe what we're speaking because why? Because they have never had any experience in, race wars, so to say, or
nuclear missile
talk. You never had no experience in that. So therefore, because you have no experience, you're gonna cast it off. But best believe the time is running short. Okay? There's going to be a famine. There's going to be a famine. There's going to be a shortage of food real soon. Okay? There's going to be a time where the only way you're going to be able to buy or sell anything is if you got that mark. These times are coming. And where you want to find yourself. Okay? So let's get down to business. Go ahead, real quick, go ahead.
Hebrews 2:1.
Go ahead.
So therefore we ought to give the most earnest heed to the things which we have heard.
Right.
Lest at any time we should let them slip.
Right. Give the most earnest heed. We're getting closer and closer, man. And if you can't see these nations round about the earth gearing up for that third world war, you got problems, man. If you can't see the power structure in which the country you live in, Babylon, aka America, if you can't see the power structure is slowly fading away, then you got problems, man. So the time is here, the time is now to prepare yourself. Like I said, knowing you're an Israelite ain't gonna cut it, man. A lot of people gonna die just knowing that they just were Israelites, instead of coming back to find out what this is really truly all about. The scriptures say, with all I getting, get understanding. Give me that.
I'm the one know it by heart. That's on the one, you know that by heart.
Well, I'm one like that.
I got one real quick.
Go ahead.
This 1 Corinthians 9:25 says, every man that striveth for the natural is temperate all things. Now they who obtain corruptible crown, but we incorruptible.
Right. We ain't looking for accolades. We ain't looking for, people to keep telling us, oh, you got to pray, you got to. Oh man, we just come out here to do the work so we can find out, make ourselves, make our calling and election sure, man. That's why we out here. I wish I spoke of that penny. Every man's gonna earn that same penny, whether you've been in for 15, 20, 25, 30, or when you come in next week and the dismissals come, we all earn that same penny, man. That's what the Lord said. You got that on the one?
This is Proverbs 4:7. It says, wisdom is the principal thing.
That's right.
Therefore, get wisdom.
Yep.
And with all that getting, get understanding.
That's right. Now, let's say this, right? You mentioned buying and selling, the mark of the beast. That term can get your chin up these days. Back 14 years ago, you could say that all day long, man. You could say it, talk about it, speak about it, nothing would happen. Why are they so adamant about what's that? Censoring is another gagging that word, man. Why are they so adamant? Because they gotta be so true behind it. Now, the scripture said, with all that getting, get understanding. It's imperative that you people truly understand what the mark of the beast is, man. It's imperative. Because that's going to either now put you in a line to receive your chip, or put you in line in the right frame of mind to say, let me turn back to the Lord. Let me turn back. Because if you don't have the true and proper understanding of that, chances are you're going to get chipped, man. You're going to get chipped, and that's the end of you. That's the end of you. See? So get understanding. When you come out, if you got comments, if you got questions, put them on the comment board. Lord willing, we can get to it. You can, like any other brother in the world, man. Put videos up. People come on the comment board. Sponsors come on the comment board. They're gonna ask a rhetorical question to you, or do what they want to. It don't matter, because the time is gonna come where there's not gonna be any more comment boards. There's not gonna be any more videos. This word is going out to the four corners of the earth, and there's nothing anybody can do to change what the Lord has already put forward, man. That's it. So when they shut the internet down, you best believe this is about to get down, man. Go ahead.
Proverbs 27:12. The good have been foreseen the evil and hide it from sorrow.
Right, we've been telling you about the evil days that are coming, man. A good man will see of the evil. I mean, just by what's going on in the world today, man. Here in this country. There's nothing good about here in America, man. There's nothing good. Right down to the food, the water, the air, the information that they try to give you. There's nothing good coming out of here. So a prudent man is going to recognize the evils of this present world. And the evils of this present world is really about to put a lot of people 6 feet under, if you will. Right? So be ready, man. Be ready and be prepared. For the time is coming, and the Lord's going to make do on his word. He's going to make do on the word that he said that was going to happen in these last days, which we're living in. All right? Go ahead.
Proverbs 2:7-12. For prudent men foreseeth the evil in time himself, but the simple pass on and are punished.
The simple pass on and are punished. A lot of people are going to be punished because why? They chose to not hear the word of the Lord. They said it not all the Lord's counsel. That's one of the worst things you can do, is come up against a man who's teaching the word of the Lord sincerely and truthfully, man. And talk nonsense about it. That's one of the worst. You sealed your fate right there. You might as well, you as I say, you put the nail in your own coffin. Go ahead, brother.
This is going to your comment board, Romans 13 and 12.
Yep.
The night is far spent.
Right.
The day is at hand.
Right.
Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness,
Right.
and let us put on the armor of light.
Right.
Let us walk honestly as in the day,
Yep.
not in rioting or drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying.
Right.
But put ye on the Lord, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof.
That's right. You walking in darkness. America is a real dark, gloomy, dreadful place to be in, man. And we here because we were sent here to do a job by the Spirit of the Lord. We were sent here to prophesy the downfall of this place. People like to say, why don't you go back to where you came from? Well, this is where we're from, right here. We're from right here. And we were set up as men of the Lord and prophets to prophesy the downfall and to let you know, to give you warning that the Lord is coming, man. And he's coming to make, come to make a part of destruction here in Babylon. All right, go ahead.
Ezekiel 7:5. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, an evil and only evil, behold is come. And evil is and end is come. The end is come. It watcheth for thee. Behold, it is come. Right, morning is come unto thee, O thou that dwellest in the land. The time is come. The day of trouble is near, and not the sounding again of the mountain. Now will I shortly pour out my fury upon thee, and accomplish my anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense thee for all thine abominations. And my eyes shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity. I will recompense thee according to thy ways, and thine abominations that are in the midst of thee.
You don't hear these church fathers reading that.
I know.
You don't hear this. You don't hear this in your local church. That's why when you come out, man, you start listening, man. The Lord's going to judge you according to your ways. Put off that old man. Eschew the thoughts of evil that you had in your heart towards your brother, man. Go ahead.
And ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh, that smiteth.
Yep, I've never heard a church pastor read that. There's a lot of other scriptures that they don't read. It's about the Lord coming back to smite people. The Lord coming back to do some evil upon people. And why wouldn't he? Look at the wickedness that's going throughout the whole four corners of the earth, man. It's pure wickedness. You got people that were put in place back in, through the course of, last past 400 or 500 years, coming up to this very point. You had people that were put in place that was strictly to put hell on people, man. To this very day that we're living. Our enemies. Esau Edom leading the charge. Hold on, let's do that. Go ahead.
Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise.
What does it mean to walk circumspectly?
Being careful,
Okay, give me a little more.
observing your surroundings,
Right. And that's what a man of the Lord does. Walk circumspectly to know what's going on around you at all times. You can't be just lollygagging in the streets these days. There's some niggas out there that are really ready to take you out, man. And being a man of the Lord, and being in this truth, them spiritual demons are out there, man, looking for you. So be ready, man. Be on the ready. Always be on the ready. Know what's going on around you. Know who's in back you. Know who's beside you. Keep your head on that swivel, because the time is coming where it's going to be all hell breaking loose. I mean, you watch the news now. Niggas stabbing 80-year-old women. Niggas running up on kids. Niggas, especially women getting snatched,
Knocked out.
getting knocked out, getting dragged off into the shrubs. Who knows what's going on in the shrubs? I guess.
It ain't gardening.
It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. You want to say that not all the Lord's counsel? You can do that. But 9 out of 10 chances, you're gonna be in a bad situation, man. Go ahead.
See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise,
Right, but that's wise. Go ahead.
redeeming the time, because the days are evil.
Yep. And the prophets of the Lord, we've been set up to what? Warn you about the evil days that are coming. We're warning you about the evil times that are coming. And it's all going to be sent by the hand of the Lord. The Lord's going to sanction all of this evilness that's coming, man. You think that Lord's going to sit up there and be like, no, we don't condone evilness. We don't condone, hatred. That's what they're going to have you believe in this kingdom, man. They're going to have you believe that the Lord has no ounce of hatred in his life, in this kingdom. Go ahead.
Verse 17, wherefore be ye not unwise, for understanding what the will of the Lord is.
Understanding what the will of the Lord is. We know the will of the Lord according to the Lord himself. He said 2/3 of this people would be cut off and die. That's a large number of people. But on top of that, as he stated, be cut off and die. That's going to be all through the hand of the Lord, man. The Lord has done it many other times to Israel. See? So don't be fooled by these church-going pastors out here who tell you that God is not going to do no evil. The Lord is ready to make haste to come down here to smash us, look, man. Go ahead, Arthur.
2 Timothy 3:1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come.
Right, and we're coming upon them perilous times. We keep warning you people. We keep telling you people. What else you want us to tell you? We're not going to sit there and talk about the kingdom of heaven because there's still a battle before us. All right? Words spoken by Maccabees. That's Judas Maccabees said that. Don't be greedy of the spoil because there's still a battle ahead of you. See? You got Israelites who are out there in the streets protesting and doing all this. We're the true Hebrew Israelites marching and shit. Like they've solved the problem. Like they've won the race. There's still a lot of battle to be done, man. There's still a lot of blood to be shed. So you can't sit there and just once again boast and brag about you found the truth about being a Hebrew Israelite, because that's not even that's just a speck on the piece of paper that when all hell starts really breaking loose out here, all hell starts going down, you Hebrew Israelites, you find out you are, you're gonna be the first one on that line. You're put to death, man. You're gonna be dragged off to the concentration camps. Then you're gonna denounce any and everything that you've learned. At that point, you're gonna denounce, as the Lord told Peter, when that cock crows, you're gonna deny me. Then you're gonna deny when you get hauled off in a concentration camp. Oh, well, I'm African American. Check my birth certificate. African American, black. You know. But once again, we understand and know these are things that are going to happen.
It's 7:9:1-12. It says, and it shall come to pass, right, that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their knees.
Right. You got a lot of men that are settled, man. Yeah, I'm an Israelite, I'm good, you know. There's no need to do anything else. Now, once again, not everybody's a prophet. Not everybody's a prophet. But the brother we read a little earlier about being circumspect, being mindful of the things that you're now become a part of. Okay? So you're not on the highways and byways. Stay diligent. You can do little phone shows, you can do anything you can possibly do. Push the word. Teach somebody, hey, listen, man, you like, I'm not on the highways and byways, but every little knowledge that you may have, you can pass on to somebody else. Take time, send an article or give me a little tip, whatever. Anything, man. Just put something in place to give your calling and let you sure. Make your calling and let you sure. All right?
I got a piece of
No, you got a little bit more. I'm gonna come right to you. I know you've been biting up the big. I'm gonna come right to you, brother.
well. Yeah, it's we're coming into some troublesome times, man. You know, and we come out of, we love coming out here. We love coming out here pushing this word. We love to do this because the Lord set us up as prophets to be out here to do this work. There's no other place right now I'd rather be than with my brethren on the front lines in the trenches, push this word out to the masses, man. There's no other place right now. And then when kid breaks down, your spirit kind of comes to a little low because now you got to go back to the fucking world and deal with the madness and the filthiness and the wickedness that we gotta undergo on a daily basis, man. But right now, while we're here, what the Lord is sanctioned about, the hedge about, we gonna do this thing, man. Go ahead.
It says that say in their hearts the Lord will not do good, either will he do evil.
Right, and those are those scoffers and scorners and those non-believers, man. Those non-believers, you always hear these non-believers talking about those Hebrew Israelites. They're teaching false doctrine. They're saying that God hates this and how dare they? What do you know, man? You're only teaching what Esau told you to teach, man. You're pushing forward Esau's agenda. Love, and everybody come together. Well, what happened to the Tower of Babel? What happened to the Tower of Babel? Why was the Lord displeased with the actions that were going on at the Tower of Babel? The very same Lord that was displeased at the Tower of Babel is the very same Lord that displeased about the wickedness here in Babylon the Great, man. Same situation, man. And that's why the Lord's going to come. He's not going to come down and confound the language. He's coming down to destroy this people. He's going to end this place, man. It ain't about confounding the language and everybody look all baffled at each other, confused and not understand each other. But, you know, the question mark over everybody's heads. No, the Lord's coming back to destroy this place, man. And just by hearing those words, that should raise the hair on your back. Wow, the Lord's going to destroy this place. He's coming back to wipe out what we know as America. You know, however many square miles it is, the Lord's going to end this place, man. The thermonuclear destruction. Go ahead.
Therefore, their good shall become a booty, and their houses a desolation. They shall also build houses, but not inhabit.
Right. Listen, people are going to get thrown out of your house. They're going to come door to door, rip you out of your houses. You're going to talk about my rights and civil rights, and I'm going to sue and with my lawyer. It's not going to be listening to none of that shit, man. But you people don't get it. You don't get it. You don't understand. When the Lord gives the green light, all that laws and all that protection and all that rights, all that shit is out the window when the Lord gives the green light. So you people, they're going to come up into your homes, they're going to snatch you out of your home, haul your ass off right into a detention camp. You know, I'm going to do a lesson tonight on them FEMA coffins. Remember the FEMA coffins we used to see down in Georgia? Yeah. You don't hear too much about that. But you know what? They're still sitting down there. And the CEC was the one that rented that land and put them coffins there, man. So you best believe them coffins are ready to get used, man.
If they're not already.
Right.
Elder, if I may add, they had lied and said that they were used for different purposes, but a game that we played called our Vision, it actually shows them being stacked up, bodies being stacked up, and then
Esau's the great deception. He's the great deceiver. That's why he's the devil. Because he's going to tell you any and everything else but what the truth is, man. That's why he's the deceiver and the devil. He's going to tell you anything else but what the truth really is, man. We of the hopeful elect, we know. The scripture says what? If it was possible, it could even deceive the very elect. But it's not possible because we understand what's going on out here. Especially with simple-minded Edomites who think they know something, man. You put them damn coffins there because you're going to use it. You put them coffins there because you want people to see them. But the people in America are so glazed and dumbed down that they ain't even thinking twice about it. They've been sitting there for years. You know, the best way to persuade or sway somebody's mind is to hit them with laziness. And what I mean by that is, you put the coffins there, just let it die down. They're gonna see him and continue to see him. So when they ask, what are those? That's some coffins. They're not doing it. They got people really thinking that them coffins aren't gonna be used. You see? But you dumb them down so much. And this is what it is. When the prophets of the Lord come out on the highways and byways and continually preaches these things, we haven't seen it yet.
We haven't seen in the past 15 years. Good.
Oh no, it's going from your comment
Good,
board.
good.
Matthew 13:16. But blessed are your eyes, for they see,
Right.
and your ears, for they hear.
Right.
For verily I say unto you that many prophets and
Right.
righteous men have desired to see
Right.
those things which ye see,
Right.
and have not seen them,
Right.
and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them.
Right.
For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them.
Right. You see? Now, the beautiful thing about all this, the things that we may have spoken in ancient times, matter of fact, read that real quick.
1 Corinthians 14 and 32. And the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets.
Now, he read, for many great men and prophets have desired to see the things that we've seen. So now, here we are seeing these things. So the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets, right? So those prophets of old, who we are today, now we're seeing the Lord is revealing these things unto us now. And this is why we take heed to it. This is why we fervently hold on to it and believe it. Because we prophesied about it back in the ancient time. And here we are doing the very same thing we did in the ancient time. So you best believe we believe everything that is written in the scriptures, man. Everything that's written, the Lord's gonna make do on it. So those things that we wrote about in the ancient times and we spoke about in the ancient times where things were revealed unto us, now they're being revealed in the latter times. From the head of apostles on down. And we get it and we understand it. Because the Lord blessed us to receive it and to meditate on it. All right? Go ahead. But Michael, where you at? I know you was on deck.
Look, you pulled it out too.
Huh?
I said, I'm waiting.
Go ahead.
Yeah. We got a 2 Peter chapter 3, don't start verse 3. It says, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts, and saying, where is the promise of his coming?
You know, I'll say this. There's still scoffers out there, but they're not that many. And I say it modestly. There are not that many scoffers out there because they're even seeing the prophecies come to pass. They're even hearing the words of the prophets. And now they're second guessing themselves. And now even some of them, some private, them sneaky scoffers, they're coming on comment boards asking questions, you know, because the scriptures say your adversaries can neither gainsay nor resist. They can't resist. And now that they're seeing these things come to pass, how can you resist? How can you turn your back on something that was spoken by men, you know, over 30 years from the head apostles, who stopped from the head apostles till present, and all these things that have been happening, man. The nations coming up, you know, the nations, the kings of the earth coming together, raising up, you know, the people of the earth up in uproars and turmoils that are going on, great diseases and pestilence that have been going on, and all these things. And now they're talking about that food shortage is about to really take real effect out here. How can you deny these things, man? How can you deny it? So even the adversaries can't resist. They're like, oh, I believe something. You know? Go ahead.
Luke 21 and 15. I will give you a mouth and wisdom, but all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist.
That's right. You know, you keep coming, but you know what? The Lord got you coming back because thinking about it, the spirits of the prophets are something the prophets, you scoffers and scorners of right in your lot as well, man. You may even try to break out of that lot, but the Lord is holding you just like he did Pharaoh. Just like he did Pharaoh when it came to the Israelites being let go out of Egypt. Pharaoh wanted to let the Israelites go, but the Lord kept hardening his heart. He's like, man, I want to let you go, but I can't. You see? Likewise, you scoffers and scorners. You want to break out of that scoffing and scorning spirit. You want to break out, but the Lord got you there because that's your lot, man. You are needed. You scoffers and scorners are needed, man. Believe it or not. You're needed because you also have to fulfill Scripture. You also have to have this fulfillment of Scripture as well. So we get angry at you sometimes and talk shit about you, but all of us are needed in the whole grand scheme of this thing, man. You can't have one without the other. You can't have left without the right. You can't have a prophet without a scorner. You see? All right, go ahead.
And he says, for since the fathers fell asleep,
Yep.
all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation.
Go ahead.
And then if I may add too, just like we read in the second Ezra 16 and 21 verse, when he said for Victor should be so good and keep on earth, that this should be such to be a good case. The one now people still think it's to be a good case because right now, everybody's not really focusing what's going on right now throughout the world, but they're focusing on the World Cup, they're focusing
All your setting great dignity.
Yeah.
All your setting great dignity. And this is one of the prize winning, actions that Esau has amongst the people, is to dumb you down. For example, right? You have this chick, this singer here, yeah, it's a white chick singer. She had a concert coming up. Taylor Swift. You got Taylor Swift. Do you know, see, idol worship is at an all-time high here in Babylon. Okay? She's one of those idols that everybody worships. So much so to the point where they're selling tickets for $12,000 a pop. $12,000 a pop. If that's not idol worship, I don't know what it is, man. $12,000 a pop. But once again, that's all the mechanisms that Esau has put in place to dumb you people down, man. You got one white chick, one pale-skinned white chick, fucking bringing in millions and millions of dollars because she's singing. And you don't even sing all that well, man. You don't even sing all that well. I see some chicks on YouTube that sing better than her. But it's that idol worship. She's that idol that they have sitting on the podium when she gets there. She probably have a red dress on. You know how that shit goes. Come on, a red dress and do all kinds of shit. But once again, it's an all-time high here in Babylon. Okay? So now that we've come out and told you about these things, keep an open eye. Look to see what's going on. Look to see if what we're saying is true. Okay? Go ahead. You done on that?
Yeah, I'm done. Let me continue back to the 2 Peter.
Okay.
I just been on 2 Ezra, been on my
Yeah,
point,
go ahead. What do you think?
And he says, for this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of Yahweh the heaven of old and the earth staying out of water and in the water, whereby the world that then was being overflow of water perished.
Yep. The world that was then being overflow with water perished. That goes back to what we talked about when Noah was on the sea prophesying. When Noah was on the sea prophesying, did they think that world was going to overflow? Did they think that water was going to rise up over the mountaintops? Hell no. But what happened? It did, and they perished. Likewise, here in Babylon the Great, the thermonuclear missiles are going to get shot over here, and you people are going to die over here.
Right.
Same thing Noah did, and he prophesied over 100 years. We've been prophesying about the downfall of this kingdom.
That's
And
right.
it's going to go down. You best believe that shit. You best believe it. There's no ifs and buts about it. America's going to be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction.
Right.
And that's a blessing for us. Because this place has been nothing but wickedness, man. We've been around the block a few times. And what I mean by that is spiritual. We've been here one time before. We've probably been here many times before. All right? But this is the last thought, Lord willing, that the Lord's going to put us on this planet for this great kingdom. And it is a great kingdom. It's a great wicked kingdom. Everybody wants to come to America. Even Eddie Murphy made the movie, Coming to America. Why? Because it was a place where he could do whatever the hell he wanted. And didn't have to follow no rules. Back in Zamunda, he had to follow rules and regulations over there. There was a system where he had to have his wife presented to him. He didn't want that system. He wanted to come to a wicked system where he could come and do as he wanted.
That talking this movie.
Yeah. Get that Queens and bitch working at McDonald's and shit. Working at McDonald's, doing the numbers.
And she had another man, like Jerry Curl.
Right. You know? But that just goes to show you how America's perceived throughout the whole world. Come here to America and do what you want. Be who you want to be. You want to marry your horse? Go marry your horse. It's okay. It's America. Go ahead, bro.
It says Deuteronomy 32 and 33, their wine is the poison of dragons, and the cruel venom of asps. Is not this laid up in store with me, and sealed up among my treasures? To me belong with vengeance and recompense. Their foot shall slide in due time.
That's right.
For the day of their calamity is at hand, and the things that shall come upon them make haste.
Esau's foot is slowly sliding, man. As the scripture says, their foot shall slide in due time. So they're slowly sliding down that slippery slope, man. Esau, you know, you ever see the, oh, you gotta remember this show, the man splits. Y'all don't remember that.
Yeah, well, in the beginning of Banana Split, they were trying to run up a fucking slide and shit, but they couldn't because it was so slippery. But that was my example is that's how Esau is right now. Esau's trying to climb back up to that apex, but he can't because it's too slippery now. But now the only place for Esau to go is down. You see? So he's on that slippery slope. And he's trying to grab, he's trying to gain traction, he's trying to do it, but he can't because the Lord ain't letting him. That's it. You've reached your apex, you've reached the height, now it's nothing but down, baby. Yeah, forgive me, brother, for using that example.
Yeah, come on, bro. It's all good. We know you old, brother.
And then listen, that was some ugly motherfuckers. Go look that up. That was some ugly ass creatures, man. I don't know where the hell they came with them.
I got a quick article. The brother earlier had mentioned about the World Cup. That's what the thing is happening now. This is from the Insider.com. It says anyone who attends the 2022 World Cup in Qatar can expect to be watched by 15,000 cameras with facial recognition technology.
Perfect. That's another thing too. Esau, he loves packing these stadiums now. Because now this system that he put in place for facial recognition, they show you some of these videos you watch on YouTube. They got the little square above them, they got their name on it, who they are. This is perfect, man. The whole thing is coming into fruition for Esau, where he thinks he's about to fill his belly, man. Go ahead.
I got another article going to the same thing, but this is from the FinTech Times, right? And it reads, with more than 1 million fans expected to travel to Qatar for the tournament, Visa has installed 5,300 contactless enabled payment terminals at official FIFA venues, making FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 the most payment-enabled FIFA tournament ever. Visa will also trial new payment innovations to give fans easy access to simple and secure digital way to pay.
Sliding right on into that MOTB, man. Transitioning right into that MOTB, smooth as silk, baby. They're gonna do it without even a fucking fight, man. Before you know it, everybody's going, sure, come on down, please. Yup. Go ahead.
Society 24 hours.
That's it. It don't take long. It don't take long. Shit.
And then what they did was they deregulated all their bills, so people who have all their runners, cash, come down to the bank, and they'll give it to people direct.
It's like
They put it just on their phone, and that was the
they're gonna confiscate all this paper, this tangible cash, just like they did the gold standard. Just like they did the gold. Bring it on in, bring it to the local banks and turn it all in. They're gonna do the very same thing, man. And it's a smooth and easy transition. You're going to get more acceptance than you're gonna get rejectance. That's rejectance. I use that word. I'll use it. Fuck it. Y'all know what I mean. You see? Because the masses are going to want to keep status quo. They're gonna want to be going to work and pay for their food and get their kids to school and be a part of a functioning society. When you think about this system that's being put in, if you're in the right mindset, you want to detach yourself from this system. You don't want no part of it. But the masses of the world aren't on this very level that we're on. So therefore, they want the continuity of government to just continue to flow smoothly without any hiccups. Just like when Mr. COV came, you know, everybody was all up in arms if you didn't go and get your dose, man. If you didn't get your dose, how dare you? The same thing's gonna take place. The same exact thing gonna take place, man. You gotta see the vision.
Even with the incentives. And that's how they're gonna get people to drive people to go down there.
Right. And them incentives, this time around might be big, man. You know, extra credit. Yep, extra credit. You know, we're gonna give you an extra, 50,000 credits on your chip as soon as you come and get it. And then they're gonna give you some kind of formula. 50,000 credits in dollar-wise is $100,000. You know, and people, their mindset is so simple. They're like, ooh, 100,000, sure. Especially Jake. Jake gonna be right there, fucking front and center. Once they put this shit into place, because that chick from Melbourne
she made a statement. She said, we have to get, some bylaws that are going to accompany this new digital currency, which is true. They got to make sure you saw counted the cost. Make sure this is going to cover that. It's going to cover this and that. So there's going to be no stone left unturned. Esau's no goddamn dummy, man. Okay? The people who are dumb are those who are out there not listening to the service of the Lord. You are the dummies. Alright, so go ahead, give me that and come to this brother. You got another article too, you said?
Oh, no, that's it.
Okay, come. Go ahead.
Job 20:20. Surely he shall not be filled quietness in his belly.
Right.
He shall not say that which he desired.
Right.
There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his good. And the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be restrained. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he's about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain upon him while he's eating.
You don't think Esau knows this? You don't think he read that? You don't think he knows he had but a short time? That's why the scripture is saying he knows he had but a short time. Because it says, while he's going to rain upon his head while he's eating. So Esau knows their time is short. This is why they're putting so much wickedness in the world. This is why they're doing such wickedness. Because you people, you Israelites, are public enemy number one. Going back to the birthright. They understood who that birthright went to. They understand who ended up with the birthright. So therefore, there's going to always be animosity. Even very much so, where at these last days, they're going to try and kill as many Israelites as they can. Bottom line. And if you doubt us, just wait and see. All right? Hold on, this brother has something on the backside.
There's an article concerning the microchip.
Read on.
On Alicia.org, it was actually published last month on Halloween.
Go ahead.
The title says chip implants are here, there, and everywhere.
Damn right they are. You get that? The chip implants are here, there, and everywhere. There's no stopping it, man. Scripture's gonna be fulfilled. The Lord said, my word will never go out void. So for all you scoffers and scorners that like to put potato chips on your hand and get a bag of chips and crinkle it up and do all this shit, where are you at now? Where are you at now? Go ahead.
It says the fusion of the digital and the physical is imminent. Chip implants are becoming more popular and available by the day. Arnie Zog in West London pays for groceries with his hand alone. Randy Deloney in Detroit no longer carries his car or house keys with him. You got a chip with his left hand that allows him to go to his house, and another one in his right that allows him to start his Tesla. Chip implants are becoming more popular and available by the day.
Yep. You see that? And then Esau also wants to do away with all gasoline cars. Why? He wants to get you on that digital platform where everything goes by what? By electronics. And digital functions.
So he can shut you down when he's ready.
Shut you down. Yep. So listen, man, it's gonna all pan out. You've been seeing some of these videos in some of these supermarkets. You can't even get to the freezer unless you got the fucking thing on your hand, man. To open up the freezer to get you a bottle of soda, man.
They got these they got these locks that are electronic, like locks to your house.
Yeah.
So who else? Someone shit like that. You know, we saw can lock you out of your own shit.
And that's the point, man. That's the point. Like that movie with Timberlake. That's all the time. That's the same.
In time.
All the time.
It's in time.
In time. That's that same
Time, out of time. You saw out of time.
But that's that same concept. They want total control over the masses, man. Total control over the masses, and they're going to get it. They're going to get it. They're going to establish it, but it's not going to be established for long. Because right when they think they're really going to have it, lock, stock, and barrel, the Most High is going to rain upon his head to destroy him, man. But once again, this is the direction that Babylon is going, man. Go ahead.
It was just something you said. India enduring to become the country's first smart city with smart access. And I was looking at it work. We're gonna have a whole smart city. Everything will be smart.
Yeah, you can't go into that if you just an average cat with some greenbacks. You can't go into that city. They had a commercial years ago
where motherfuckers was in line and everybody was paying with MasterCard, right? And everybody was paying.
Synchronized dancing.
Right, but when the dude got up there, with cash, it was like,
All dance style. Yeah.
man. But that's going once again, that's gonna be another sticking point where get rid of that paper cash, get it out of there. It's useless. See, go ahead.
Out of the vacuum, China, because they have that whole credit system with tourists went down there with cash and they were showing people and they were looking at it like, what the hell is this thing? Yeah, everything's digital. Stores that don't have nobody in it, they just go in there, scan everything and
See,
leave.
but that's going to be another identification point where you walking around with cash, you gonna know who you are. He ain't up to date.
Yeah.
He ain't up to date.
Just like they did with that suit.
Yep.
Just like they did with that suit. Man. Have you been suited?
Yep.
You say, nope. This is one of those guys. And they'll make a whole assessment about who you are based on whether or not you got it.
It was an article on that. It said that the people who didn't take the suit, they got mental problems. So they gonna basically try to cash you in a bad light. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, some bad times are coming, man. Some bad times are coming. He saw gonna be more than obliged to help you with those bad times.
Yeah.
He's gonna fix you up real nice. Go ahead.
This is Revelation 13, starting at verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
You got this guy, Elon Musk, with the, what do they call it, Interlink?
Yep.
Where they got that,
Neuralink.
So it's all the technology is in place for the MOTV to be in existence. Cash App, Venmo,
Apple Pay.
Apple Pay, iWallet, all of these things are all a part of the infrastructure to strengthen the idea of the MOTV.
Yeah, listen, I went and got air my tire before I came down here. And on the air machine, what you just mentioned, it has all those methods of payment. It's fucking air. I'm like, God.
Don't even want quarters. Look.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I mean, you could go up and have that little thing with the lines in it, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, God damn, I'm looking at this is just a simple air machine. Pretty soon you ain't gonna be able to get in your tires if you ain't got the proper credentials, man.
This is going.
Real quick, I mentioned back when I was doing the East stuff, right over there in Block, they got those new buildings that they built out.
Oh yeah.
Delivered in there, and in order for you to use the elevator, there's no buttons in the elevator. So you have to kind of scan whatever key that you have and send you upstairs. But they'll put it in at the front desk of what floor you're going to. If you don't have it,
It's like your stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna be forced upon you. It's gonna be nowhere around it. If you living in one of these high rises where the brother just talked about how you had to use some type of device, it's gonna segue right on into it, man. And you people gonna have no goddamn choice. You're gonna have you have a choice, but because you want to continue living this lifestyle that you're living here in Babylon, you're gonna fall right in line with it. You're gonna fall right in line, you're gonna get that thing, you ain't gonna think twice about it. But you best believe the prophets have warned you, as the Lord said, you get that shit, you're gonna be destroyed. Go ahead.
Let's go into the comment board. Isaiah 36:6. Lo, thou trusteth in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him.
That's right. This is that broken staff. You want to trust in this place? This place is nothing but, this place is polluted. It'll destroy you. It's so destruction. So it's on its way, man. This place is on its way. It's gonna be a burial ground. At the end of the day, it's gonna be a burial ground over here, man. Trusting in this place.
I have another one real quick. Isaiah, I'm gonna get right to the point. 30:3. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion.
That's right. See, so this place is gonna be your confusion. This place is gonna be your shame because you trust that Esau is gonna do right by you. You trust he's gonna do right by your family. Listen, man, you got a guy who was in office right now who don't know his left from his right, man. Literally. He don't know his left from his right. And these are the people you put your trust in. You know, and your man Trump, he very well might get back into office.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this on the way down here.
Yeah,
A
my man.
man who supposedly caused so much havoc
Right.
and had the lives of certain, government officials put to death. Now all of a sudden he may run again. You would think
They would just stop him from running.
somebody in their right mind would say,
Great
we're
point.
gonna ban you
It's a great point.
from ever running for elected office ever again. You're done. Look at the shit you done did. But that shit is all smoke and mirrors, man. They put him in place. That whole shit that was there, and ironically, the Simpsons predicted this shit. The same dude with the bull hat on and all. Listen, all this shit has been put in place long before y'all could ever even imagine. This shit was all put in place, man. This whole demonized Trump, make him look like a demon. Now everybody wants to, Trump, when he was in office, at least we did this, at least we had that. And the gas prices was low. You fucking people are so goddamn stupid, you fall for anything. What George Bush say? Someone call me George Bush.
Fool me twice. No, you can't fool me again. Couldn't get the shit right. Said it's an old proverb of Texas. Yeah.
That's the only place where it's saying this, right? At the end of the day, he said, you can't fool me again.
With the book upside down.
That's how you people are living right now. You're being fooled time and time again. You sitting there crying and moaning about Donald Trump and how bad he's doing. He's a reckless man. He's gonna put us to war. And now, all of a sudden, Joe Biden, you don't know what he's doing. The economy's going down the tubes. The inflation's going up. The percentage rate is going up. The gas prices going up. The housing, the insurance is going up. People never content. That's why the scriptures say, when the righteous bears rule, the people rejoice. When the righteous. What is it?
This is Proverbs 29 and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Right, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. If you had some true Israelite brothers up in there, man in the ship, if you will, everybody be straight, man. Everybody be straight. Motherfuckers be, the people in the world will be all right, happy. Well, go ahead.
But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
When the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Why is the whole country mourning right now? Because the wicked bears rule. That's why. The whole country's mourning right now. And so be it. This is your kingdom. This is where you were supposed to prosper. This is where you were supposed to live high and mighty, man. And now it's all going down. The Edomites can't even get together to fucking tie one shoe, man. You guys are pulling this way, pulling that way. You all should be pulling together in one direction. You're all Edomites, man. You all run the whole show. But you got a rope with 4 different extensions, and everybody's fucking pulling at the same time, and nobody's going nowhere. That's why this place is going down, man. That's why it's going down. All right?
I got It's 10 verse 1. Sirach 10 verse 1. It says, a wise judge will instruct his people.
Right, a wise judge will instruct his people. This is why you don't see Jake in any position. Because Jake is going to go against the grain, man. When Jake goes into a job or something, he really believes on what he believes, he gonna like, nah, I don't think we should do it this way. He still don't want to hear that, man. He still don't want to tell the nigga to come up and start talking shit. You gonna get some more around with the job, man. Next thing you know, you got everybody rebelling, talking about, no, we don't want to do it that way. Go ahead.
A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government to the men is God's order. As the judge of the people is observed, so are his officers, and what manner of men the ruler of the city is, so shall all they that was therein.
Just look at the order. Just look at the order within camps. Within camps, we have order, right? And the order runs smooth. Everything runs smooth with this order. Transition that into Esau's worldly society and how he lives. Just put 2 or 3 brothers in place and let them run according to how it should be run,
this motherfucker will run smooth, man. This bitch will run smooth as silk. You know? Because a lot of this shit that Esau does is counterproductive. You know, he'll put something in place. For example, let me give you an example. When you get locked up, right? When you get locked up, they ask you if you have a job. Well, because now you're locked up, you have no job. But they're going to base you having an attorney on a job you just lost. So they're still going to have you get your own attorney because you had a job, but you're telling these people, listen, I got locked up, I lost my job. Well, where were you working? I was working over at ABC. Well, and that's what we're gonna take. We're gonna take their income from ABC. But wait a minute, how does that make sense? I need a public defender now because I don't have a job. You know? And then they tell you that because your parents have a house, you being a grown adult, you being an adult on your own, you get locked up and you say, yeah, I ain't working. Do your parents own a home? Yes, they do. Okay, we're going to attribute their income on you, so you're going to have to pay according to what your parents' income is. Or you can't get a lawyer because your parents' income is too high. That's counterproductive, man. But that's the crazy system that we live under. It's the craziest that we live under, man. That makes no goddamn sense. If you're going to judge me as a man, I'm telling you, I don't have a job. I don't work. Don't go attack my mother and father and say, oh, because they're working, now, you know, they're going to attach wages to me because they're working. It's crazy, right? Yeah, it's crazy, man. But that's Babylon. That's Babylon. And that's why the men of the Lord, Yahweh Shai said, if this was my kingdom,
My servant would fight.
my servants would fight. So we ain't trying to defend this bitch in any shape, form, or fashion, man. This ain't the Lord's kingdom. The Lord's going to destroy this. And the Yahweh Shai on the right side of the throne, it's like, dang, you know, like I like to use that. I like to use the example in them dogs in the book of I Am Legend. That sun go down, them dogs sitting there waiting, man. See that sun go down, them dogs can't. Yahweh Shai's that same way, waiting to get that green light so you come down and smash the place, man. Straight out smash it. That's rightfully so. Rightfully so. We're tired of dealing with this. I was saying to the elderly while ago, man. You know, that the kids going through shit, it's just like, this place is awful. It's fucking awful. You brothers and sisters out there, you can relate. You know exactly what he's talking about, man. Just dealing with the filthiness of the world. Go ahead.
And otherwise, king destroys people, but through the prudence of him who shall in authority, the city shall be inhabited.
An unwise king destroys his people. Now, who's the king of Babylon right now? Joe Biden.
Joe
right?
Biden, yep.
And before Joe Biden became the king of Babylon, we had a certain opinion on Mr. COV. You see, he had an opinion. He was against it. What? When he got into that king's position, the heads of the world told him, the elites of the world told him, all right, listen, we know on the campaign trail you said X, Y, Z. We're going to tell you how it's really done. We're going to get up there and you're going to tell these people ABC, and this is what you're going to push. The scripture says, an unwise king destroyed his people. Okay? And they're consistently and continually pushing that bullshit about, you know what I'm talking about, and they're destroying the people. The people are continually being destroyed. Even so much so, the people are so stupid, they're not putting two and two together. They think because what they did a year ago when they went and got their stuff, now it's not contributing to the shit that's happening to them now, man. And once again, putting an unwise king. Everybody thought the world was blind now. Everybody thought the world was the greatest thing on earth. He was the best thing America had to offer.
He slid in the presidency off of what he did with this guy Obama. That's why people love him so much. They thought he was a snitch on Obama. They learned really quickly. That guy's a dig. Crime bill. Yep.
He's been a demon, even before that. That's what
He said he wanted his kids going to school with animals.
Your argument, if I may add, because you'll tell Jake that, and Jake will be like he's a changed man. Yet he did an interview on a private jet, and they asked him, did he regret the 1993 crime bill? And he looked at the dude and was like, no, I don't. Sure, yeah. Yeah.
He said, look, we made a mistake here. You know, that the majority of black people that were so-called black people in jail for non-violent drug abuse. He made mention that he made mistakes, but why did he leave it? His hatred for the tribe is
Sorry.
Yeah.
You Jakes, just because you may be in these prestigious positions, I don't know if it was the leader or I was reading one of those articles. They were saying anybody of color in any position will be removed immediately. So don't think you're safe because you work in the White House and you got some kind of status in this kingdom. You are not safe, you're a Jake. You are not safe. You will be removed immediately. Not only will you be removed, you ain't walking on the door to go home. They're gonna take your ass right to a fucking waiting paddy wagon down the bottom of the building and shuffle your ass right to a goddamn concentration camp, man. See? The time is coming, man. The time is close. Alright, let's go.
Verse 4. The heart of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and it will return to the set over it when it's profitable.
That's right. And there's profitable. Okay? And we being good heirs of the Shai, okay? We're going to be rulers of the whole universe, man. But that time is coming. When we tell people that they walk by, yeah, we're going to be ruling the whole world, they look at us like, please. Please. Reminds me of a man on Do the Right Thing, Pino. No, Pino, one of them dudes, he was talking to Spike Lee. And Spike Lee said, hey, we used to rule the world. He's like, what? What did you rule the world? What did I miss? Then you woke up. He called niggas. He said, you spear chucking, high jumping, fast running, spear chucking. Yo, and that's how they feel about our people, man.
The dude in the pizza shop?
Yeah,
The Italian dude? Yeah, I think he's
I'm just reading. Before you talk about this great day, we're gonna rise up. What are you talking about? You know? But once again,
360-degree basketball dunking.
that's it. But once again, that's how we're viewed as just pure dreamers. We're viewed as dreaming individuals that are never going to amount to nothing. All right? When we tell you time and time again, we're looking at your future kings. Right. We're looking at your future kings. Because we're not sitting here with all kinds of fancy suits and all types of flipping crazy, master's degrees and all this other shit. We are your future kings. Scripture says, in the place of John and waters, where we birth in those righteous acts. Why is the Lord putting us in, giving us that preparation? Because we will be ruled over you. All right? All right, go ahead.
Zephaniah 3:19. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halteth and gather her that was driven out. And I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame.
That's right. That's right. I mean, how come nobody's reading that? Who's been put to shame, man? Who's been put to shame? We got Amalek over there thinking, they're those people. I was showing the elder a video. They was outside of a bonfire, they dancing around and shit. Right. Demons, man. Bunch of left-handed, yeah, that's all that is, man.
They don't even believe in themselves.
Right. But all that being said, man, we got something on?
Yeah.
Go ahead, bring it up.
This is the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 3. And it says, they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he who we had sometimes in division, a proverb of reapproach. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor.
You may come home one day, or you may be seen by your boss one day, and who knows, something may be going on with the Lord. Truly puts the spirit, and we are known as the men of the Lord throughout the whole fucking universe.
go like, man, that person is walking this dude. I sat right there. You can tell me he's a man with God. He's one of those guys. This guy here, you know, it's gonna be like that, man. It's gonna be like that. You're gonna walk into work one day, and your countenance gonna be glowing. You know, Lord might put, you know, some type of spiritual power on you, like go there and zap them off, just, you know, zap them, and you're like, oh shit, you know. Like, I often think about that, man. The Lord's gonna put the spiritual power on somebody. You know, he might not hate every brother in the camp, but somebody's gonna have it. Somebody's gonna perform a miracle. Instead of the time of Acts, and perform that miracle, it's gonna draw many unto us, man. However, the Lord see fit. Like I said, I speak as a man that, as I say that. However, the Lord see fit, he gonna do it, man. The scripture says it's gonna happen. It's like in the time of Acts, when he was out there healing people, laying hands on people. You know, it's no big marvel that the Lord's gonna do it, man. That's who we are. He said he's gonna do it to us, you know? Go ahead.
Isaiah 59 and 19. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh shall lift up his standard against them.
That enemy is going to come in like a flood. But those who are under the protection of Yahweh Shemel God, that stand is going to lift up, man. The spirit is going to lift up that stand to protect us, man. And this is why we mentioned earlier, you know, knowing the name of the Lord and knowing that you're an Israelite is not enough to get you covered, man. You got to truly believe in that faith and you know that the word of the Lord is true. You can't be like, well, I believe some stuff, but I don't believe all the stuff. You guys are right on some things, but I don't know about, you know, the white man going into slavery. You know? This is all what's written, man. This is everything that's written. Don't get yourself caught up there and be sitting there talking about, well, I can dig the fact that you guys found out who you are, but I can't get down with, you know, put us in chains and shackles. Okay? Well, it don't really matter. You know? It's going to be destroyed on this side anyway. You're going to see the shackles on this side. You're going to see the shackles on the other side. You're going to be brought to fire on this side. That's the grass over here. And you're going to see a blade. You go down over here and go back to the spirit world. Go to the rock trials and whoever else survives it. Don't worry, you will see it. And I'm Lord willing, the Lord will put you back in remembrance to know that you stood before the prophets of God at one point and they told you X, Y, and Z. And when you're born on the other side, you're gonna be like, oh shit, these were those men, these were those guys. Right? We're gonna continue to do what we have been ordained in order to be made to do. And that's the prophesied downfall of these nations and kingdoms, countries and kings. Alright? Because nobody else is doing it. Who else is doing it? Who else can the Lord rely on? He can't rely on nobody else but the men he set up, man. So who else is doing it for the Lord? Nobody. So don't look at us like we're fucking sideways and crooked, alright? The Lord is making his presence known. He's making his word be known by the prophets on the highways and byways throughout the world, man. That's how he's making his word be known. The Bible is not going to get up and teach you. The scriptures speak about they have to have teachers. Who else is out there teaching in the world? Who else is out there really laying it down for the Lord, man? Who's putting their life on the line? Nobody. Go ahead, bro.
This is the book of 2 Timothy 2 and 15. Study to show thyself approved unto Yahweh.
Yep.
A workman that needed not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth.
Right. A workman needed not to be ashamed. Right? We come out here in the love of the Lord, ready to preach his word. Who gives a goddamn who sees us, man? We ain't gonna cower away and fuck him. It's the end. It's the end, man. It's the end. And if Esau and if your boss does see you, fuck him. It's it. This is it. Oh well. I mean, your power structure's falling anyway. You fire me now, fuck it. I mean, it's all fucked up anyway. You know? Yeah, they're about to lay people off. You know, and not to mention that the season that we're coming into now, they're gonna start that whole shit over again.
Okay? And this time we got a new governor in the state of Massachusetts. She's all about that shit, man. So there's gonna be a lot of niggas on it. You better go. You might as well quit your job now and go right to the unemployment line.
Yeah.
Because the fucking line's gonna be so backed up, you might not even get an application, man. You might not even be able to get an application, man. Or the fucking internet line, the internet line's gonna crash.
It's gonna go back to dollar.
This is real deal talk, man. This is real deal talk.
Elder Minister Spirit, because we were just talking about her earlier, saying how she can't wait for our
she's
Charlie
salivating.
Baker's foot. Yeah,
She's salivating.
she can't wait for our Charlie Baker's last day. Once he's out of here, that's it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, she had won the vote.
Yep. She ready, man.
She's the new governor.
Yep. She's ready. She's if you're a good American, you'll do this for your fellow Americans. Kind of girl. You know? All right, let's run.
Isaiah 30, verse 20. And though the Lord gives you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore.
Right, those days are done, man. Even if you cut the internet off, we still can speak. You know, we still gotta go out there to highways and byways. So this word is not, you ain't gonna remove the prophets, you ain't gonna push them off and say, we're gonna stop talking. Put us in the jailhouse, we're gonna preach in the jailhouse. Kick us out in the streets, we're gonna teach out in the streets. It don't matter. Because the word is inside of us now. See? So we out here doing what we're supposed to do, man. Go ahead, bro.
But thine eyes shall see thy teacher, and thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, This is the way, walk ye in it. When you turn to the right hand, and when you turn to the left.
That's it. Walk ye in it. So therefore, always be in the spirit of Yahweh Shine, man. Always know that the Lord is your God. He's with you and protecting you at all times, man. All right? Even when you think all is doom and all is gloom, just trust the Lord. We make mention about how sometimes you be flat broke. You don't know when the next dollar's coming in. But all of a sudden, the Lord will do something and the Lord will find a way for you to get a couple dollars to get you through, man. You know? Go ahead, Elder.
Yeah, this is Isaiah 6 and 8. It says, also I heard the voice of the Lord saying, Whom shall I send, and who will go for us?
Right.
Then said I, Here am I, send me. And he said, Go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert, and be healed.
That's right. All right? But once again, these people are stiff-necked people. The children of Israel are stiff-necked people. A lot of them don't want to hear. Even though you sit there and you tell them, and you show them, they still want to hear. They don't want no part of it. Because they can't picture themselves living a life outside of Babylon, outside of the rules of this world. They can't picture that. So therefore, they'll turn their nose up at you like, I can't keep it together. I know you, but I can't do that. You know? And it's a sad thing. Because at the point when they wake up one morning, when you come to that prophet, when you wake up and you realize you can't use your debit card no more, you can't go buy any more food, and then you're going to find yourself in a position of, wow, what do I do? Who do I call? Let me go see my man that I was friendly with. He told me about this thing. They're all gonna come running back, man. They always come back. They always do right. They always come back. You know, it's not good. But you people are gonna find out real soon, man. Real soon. And everybody's gonna want. See, everybody at that time, everybody's gonna want every ounce of information they can possibly get from you at that point. They want you to take 15 years of teaching and put it in an hour's time. Teach you everything you got. Okay, you expect you like, so we don't come down, come down. Nah, this ain't gonna be like it. You ain't trimmed your lamp beforehand, that's your ass. If you ain't trimmed your shit, we in the trimming process right now. Trim them lamps, baby, because the Lord's coming back. Go ye out to meet him. Right? Go ahead.
Zechariah 8 verse 23, thus said the Lord of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold of all the language of the nation, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, we will go with you, for we have heard that the Most High with you.
That's right. And the Lord's going to have mercy on certain people, man. There may be people that you may know that you kind of was like, all right, this dude was all right. You know, that dude gave me a couple bucks for gas when I was, running low. You might be like, all right, bro, come on. You know? And that's the Lord showing mercy through you to him. You know? So it's gonna be people coming out of the woodwork, man. Because you're men of the Lord. Because you're servants of the Lord. Your partners is gonna show forth who you are. Your movement, your decision making, your speech at that time is going to show this man is different. These men are different. There's something about this guy. My stepfather passed away. He was in Vietnam. He told me this right before he died. He was in Vietnam. And he said that he raised me since I was a little boy. He raised me. He said that there was this dude, they called him San Francisco Spanish dude. Now back at that time, the Spanish people were known as wetbacks at that time. He said, but this Spanish dude followed him everywhere he went. He said he was like, I couldn't get this guy off my back. Now I saw that throat cancer, so I could barely hear him, but I could hear what he was talking. He said, that dude came one day, he said, I'm sticking with you, Mo. He said, the Lord is with you, Mo. The Lord is with you. I'm sticking with you. Sure as shit, there was a platoon of 35 men. Him, my stepfather, and this other dude were the only ones that survived. They got out of Vietnam. Yeah. But going back to that, you being men of the Lord, there's gonna be people coming up and gravitating to you because of who you are, because of the spirit, because of the confidence that you're gonna go. Go ahead.
No,
Well,
I don't have
I'll
anything.
let you
Sorry,
show
no.
me something. Yeah, you're gonna have that confidence. So don't think it's strange when people come out of the woodworks, man. People want to be with you. They don't want to be around you. Even now, you got people that kind of gravitate to you. You at work and shit, you be doing whatever you're doing, and dudes want to be around you. What's going on, man? You all right? You be looking at me like, you all right, man? You smiling and shit. Look, yo, what's up with you? You know, they're like, nah, just talk, you know? Yeah, that's how the Lord's gonna set that up. So they're gonna take hold of you, and grab hold of you because they know that you're a special person. You know? Go ahead.
This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 41. It says, he that receiveth a prophet in the name of the prophet shall receive a prophet's reward.
See that? So receive the prophet's reward. So listen, man, we move all you people out there to listen, to truly believe, you know? Time is short, man. We are sincere men. That's one thing I can say about, really great no story. A lot of brothers, got some brothers in there that do shady, but the majority of brothers be sincere, man. You know? When I look around, I can count on these men. I can count on all these men out here, man. In truth, in sincerity. And likewise, when you look across the board, you know? So be ready, man. Go ahead.
This is he that receiveth a righteous man in the name of a righteous man shall receive a righteous man's reward. And whosoever shall give a drink unto one of these little ones, a cup of cold water, only in the name of a disciple, verily I say unto you, he shall in no wise lose his reward.
See that? Now that every time I hear that scripture, I think of the time when a dude came up with I see drinks in cans. And it was hard as the sun out there that day. And a couple weeks prior to that, we kind of turned somebody down. It came to something, I can't remember exactly what happened. I remember this time. What's the money? The money, yeah. Yeah, it was the money. The money. So the dude, it was hot as blazes out there, man. And this dude came out of nowhere. He had no fucking long tall, green IT cans, it was all sweating, it was going on.
Worse.
With that. I look at him, nah, take your bad boy. He cracked that bit. See the mist come out of that bit, boy, gulp that down. But that was a needful thing, but the Lord put the spirit on that man.
Because we were thirsty, man. We were flat out thirsty that day. The Lord put the spirit on the man, went and got us some drinks and came back and blew the drinks into it. And the brother just spoke about the money. So we told the story many times. We was dealing with this so-called Edomite, and he, I don't know, I don't know. I'll call him Edomite for argument's sake. He came up there and he was talking back and forth. He's like, I'm your brother. I love you, man. I love you. I'm your brother. You do that to me. Somebody said, he said, pulled out his wallet and took, listen, you can see in his eye, he had a glaze. It was a fucking stack of money, man. Hundreds and fifties, the whole shit. If I didn't love you, would I do this? And threw that money on the floor. It was like, time stopped. Everybody looked, I was looking. And that shit was right there. I see them bills kind of floating around a little bit. Some nigga in the back, the funniest nigga like this. Yeah. He got money up, started count that shit and took off, man. And then there was one lonely dollar floating around, right? And this is what caused the little bird from camp. There was one lonely dollar floating around. This nigga Isaiah, he went to go pick it up. And the brother Ariel was like, yo, don't pick that up. Leave that shit there. We don't need that shit. And he put the shit down. And from that point forward, it was fucking all out war between the two brothers, man. It was all out war. They didn't like them. I see. I saw it like right before. Yeah, he tried to find every fucking fault.
Taking him to counsel every week.
Yeah, man. Every fault. So then I made mention of that situation when the apostle said, because me and the elder had been talking that day about being low on funds. I remember that. And the apostle said, listen, brother, the Lord made him do that for you because he knew y'all was low. And I was there doing the work, right? And being y'all staying true and faithful, right? Hey, y'all should take that money. What do you do? You know, at that time, you put that money down.
We all sat, we looking at each other, looking at the money.
Don't mind if I do it. I ain't gonna take it. Came to the back, oh, they came to the back, scooped that shit up, out. He was out, and I'm like, God damn.
But the fucked up thing that dude was talking all kinds of
talking shit that whole day. He was talking shit that whole day. Came in and got a fucking paycheck, man. And I'm pretty sure that dude that he might walk up the street talking about, I do that. But you know, that's how it always is, man. People get down the road and then realize, hey, what I just say? You know? Good, bro.
Proverbs 6 verse 7. Proverbs 6 verse 7. When it make way, Yahweh Shai, he make it even his enemy.
Right. That's right. That's right. We're out here doing what we do. But we know now, we don't see brothers getting arrested as much. You know, we out here doing the work for the Lord. We don't see brothers, getting into too many, skirmishes and confrontations, man. Because the Lord is making way for his servants. And he's making it so that his servants aren't being troubled as much as we used to be troubled back in, coming up through the years, we're the Lord's servants, man. We recognize that. We don't go around, I'm a man of the Lord. Boasting and bragging, we humble. People ask you get your family members, they know you read the Bible, certain conversations may pop up. You kind of keep it low key. I'll keep it low key. I don't say much more, you know what I mean? So, my sister, or her husband's sisters in the church, So one day I was over at the house, and they was all talking, so I kind of chimed in a little bit. And once I chimed in, you could hear a pin dropping up. A motherfucking pin drop. So when I kind of came, I was like, you get the spirit sometimes. You rolling, and I came through, I see all their faces, all it's like the way you brothers looking now. Not saying like that,
yes, you are.
but you brothers are gonna know stuff like that when you're dealing, when you're talking, they say, no, people just going, this is good. Where is he come from? How do you know all this, But it's all through the spirit of the Lord. It's all through the spirit. And it happens to every single one of us, but you gotta catch it.
You gotta catch it. Sometimes you talk to somebody, they'll just be like, are you? Like, damn. Next thing you know, they want to talk. They'll say, to do it on my job. You don't want to talk. You don't want to. Hey, what do you think about? Yeah, what do you think about? Man, I, you know, but this is our job. It's a part of our job. It's who we are. We don't go to the brag. Well, yeah, I read the Bible twice a day. I read the whole Bible. You go about your business, man. You know, give them a couple examples. Then go over here with a couple scriptures. Go out be like, yeah, wise man once said, you know, then go over here and like, wow. You know? But you got anything else? Anybody got anything else? Alright, you tapped out, bro. You tapped out. Alright, so with that, we're gonna give all praise to
Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem, Bakadash.
double honors and head of us, great milk, telling you well. Shalom, brothers and sisters on the front doors. You know, Shalom, we didn't get a chance to read all those comments, but the comments was up for the edification of everybody. So therefore, not a word ever goes wasted. Right? And may we continue to come out with the spirit of the Lord Yahweh. Until then, we say,